Welcome, namaste. There is a biomechanic principle in yoga that we call root to rise, and it's really about rooting down into the power of the earth to get the energy and the ability to rise up and lengthen and grow toward the sky with more grace, with more ease, with more balance. So inspired by the great trees whose root systems go down and deep and really into the depths of the earth. And it is a lesson to us to go down, to go deep, to get grounded in order to fully rise up and aspire to our fullest potential, to expand our branches, to blossom and to grow. So this is a practice around tree pose and how to root down to rise up. Right, join your hands together at your heart, Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes and take a moment to turn inside. Notice the flow of your breath. Root through your pelvis, through your legs, and out of the heaviness of the foundation, lift and lengthen your spine long. We'll open this practice with the bija sounds, Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem, one time. Bow to your heart. Rest your hands, open up your eyes, come onto hands and knees, all forms. On hands and knees, spread your fingers and root down into the power of the earth. We root down into the earth and then lift through the heart, lift through the sitting bones and open up. Exhale, round your spine to cat. Inhale again as you lift through your heart, lift through your sit bones. Exhale, fully round your spine. One more time, big breath in. And exhale, round. Walk your right foot forward outside your right hand. Turn the foot out a little bit and start to circle your hips to the right. Okay, so it does not need to be a deep lunge. The foot is on a diagonal, somewhere near the right hand, but it doesn't even have to be all the way to the right hand. Okay, just circling the pelvis, freeing up a little bit of joint space, getting everything to move. And then bring your right knee back, left foot up around the left hand, turn your foot out and start to circle your hips to the left. So counterclockwise. The lunar spin. And come back to all fours. Flip your right hand around 180 degrees. Fingers point towards your knees. Squeeze the floor with your hands. And as you inhale, lift here through your heart. Again, move the thighs back, sitting bones back. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, move with your breath, lift through your heart. Exhale and round your back. One more, just like that. And now turn your right hand all the way around. Stay on your right hand and right knee. Shift your left leg in line with your right knee and lift your left arm up into a modified form of Fascisthasana with the knee down. Claw the floor with your hand. Root to the base of your knuckles. That's the rooting power into the earth to then get the lift to rise through the center of your palm. Draw that power from the earth like nourishment through your arm all the way into your shoulders. Draw your shoulders back. Take your top arm long over your ear, opening up here through the side of your body. Okay, and then hands down, knees down. Flip your left hand 180 degrees, fingers towards your knees. Squeeze the floor. 3 rounds of cow and cat. Just opening up here the joints of the wrist, okay, moving with the breath, okay, awakening the vitality of the body. Turn your left hand the traditional way, point it forward. Pivot to your left knee, right foot, and reach the right arm up into a kneeling form of Vashisthasana. Push through the bones of your knuckles, but then lift the energy of your muscles up. Wrap muscle to bone. Integrate your left shoulder into the back body. Take your right arm, reach it long over your ear as you invite the breath full into the side of your waist. And slowly, hands down, knees down. Right, tuck your toes and make your way up into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Right, put a little bend into your knees and then root down through your hands, but rise and reach up here through your pelvis. We're constantly moving in this relationship with rooting down to rise up. Inhale, come forward to a high plank pose. Exhale, lower to the earth. Right, cobra pose, point your feet. Inhale, lift up, Bhujangasana. Spread your fingers, draw your shoulders back, draw your throat back. Exhale, lower to the floor. Bring your fingertips to the floor a little bit wider. Bend your elbows, heavy your hips, and inhale, rise up into gecko pose. Exhale, pour yourself back down. Twice more. Inhale, rise, gecko. Heavy hips to rise up and lift through your heart. Exhale to the earth. And ground your hips, ground your legs, root down. Inhale, rise up through your heart, through your head, through your vision. Exhale, lower down. And draw your hands by your sides, tuck your toes and press up and back. Come into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your feet forward, Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Separate your feet, spread your toes, and fold down over your legs. Transition is one of the primary times when we use this alignment of root to rise. So energize your leg muscles. And now push down into your feet strongly as you inhale, rise up to stand. Rooting down to the nourishment of the earth to rise up, aspire, and ascend toward the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Stand tall on your left foot. Inhale, lift your right knee, flex your right foot. Exhale, open your right knee externally off to the side. And then draw it back in, and exhale, foot to the floor. Inhale your left knee up. Exhale as you open it up externally, flex through your foot. Inhale back to the center. And this time as you exhale, bend your front knee, step back with your left foot and lower your knee down. Inhale, arms up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Heavy your pelvis, the anchor of stability, to decompress, lift, and rise up through your spine. Exhale your hands to the floor and walk back to downward facing dog. Inhale, Palakasana plank pose. Exhale, knees down or up, Chaturanga. Inhale to Bhujangasana, Cobra. Sweep your heart forward and up. Exhale to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, sweep your left leg high to the sky, straight up and back. As you exhale, walk it through, bring your back knee down. Stay with your breath as you inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Heavy your hips, that's the rooted power. Then lift the back of your lungs and rise, ascend toward the sky. Exhale, hands down, step forward and fold. Inhale up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow down. Press through your feet, inhale, rise up. So you root to rise, and exhale, gather your hands at heart center. As you inhale, lift your left knee, flex your foot. Exhale, open it up externally to the left side. Then draw it back to center, lower your foot to the floor. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, open it off to the right. Inhale to the center. As you exhale, bend your standing leg, step your right foot back and lower your knee gracefully. Heavy through your pelvis as you root. Follow your breath as you rise, Anjaneyasana Asana. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, Palakasana, plank pose. Exhale, straight legs or knees down, Chaturanga. Heavy your hips as you sweep your heart forward, Cobra pose. Exhale, tone the navel, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg to the sky. Exhale, walk it forward. Lower your left knee. As you inhale, sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down, root into your right foot to step your left leg forward. Inhale, rise halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Now root through both feet. Inhale, sweep your arms, reach to the sky. And exhale, gather your hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Rest your arms and prepare for our first round of Vrikshasana, tree pose. With your left foot, we'll do short foot exercise. So lift your heel, push into your big toe, spread from your big toe to your baby toe. Clamp your toes down, then pull the left heel back. Isometrically set the heel down. Hopefully you feel now a lift up of energy through the arch of the foot. Stand on your left foot, draw your right leg up, Vrikshasana. Bring your foot to the inner left thigh or below the knee, or keep your right big toe touching the ground. Inhale, sweep your arms up, tree pose. Firm your leg muscles, strongly connect your thigh and your foot together at the midline. Then from your pelvis, root strong energy long and down, like roots descending into the earth. Stay rooted, plugged in, as you lift and grow and expand, reach it up a little higher. Bring your right hand to your right knee, widen the right knee a little bit, and take a side bend over to the right. And keep stretching down into your left foot as you lean to the right side. Inhale, rise again, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, release your right foot down. Okay, let's make the right foot short. So lift your right heel, push through your big toe, spread big toe to baby toe, then clamp down. Pull the right heel back energetically, set the heel down. Stand firm on your right foot as you lift your left knee. You can use your hand to help you gather the foot where you wish to place it for tree pose. As you're ready, reach up with your arms, Vrikshasana. The arms reach, but let your shoulder blades move down your back more. Hug strong energy into the midline, and then the left hand to the knee. Keep rooting down from your pelvis through your right leg into the earth. Rise up with your right hand, and then reach up and over to the left side. And slowly make your way back up, both arms up high. Exhale, lower your feet, bring your hands to your heart. Okay, as you inhale, reach it up, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch to the sky. Exhale, bow and fold to the earth, Uttanasana. Rise, halfway lift. As you exhale, step it back. You can take a vinyasa or just step into downward facing dog. From dog pose, inhale, flip your right leg straight up and back. Squeeze your inner upper thigh muscles. Right, then as you exhale, bend your knee and open up externally, just like you did in tree pose. Re-extend your leg, square your pelvis, and as you exhale, step right foot forward between your hands. Ground your left heel, and please rise up, warrior two. So can we ground down to rise up and transition, Virabhadrasana 2. In warrior 2, feel the relationship between your front leg and tree pose. There's a firming to the inner thighs, and then stretch the inner thighs wide. Widen your inner right knee a little bit. Okay, as you inhale, straighten your front knee, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, re-bend, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, pull it in, reach it up. Exhale, re-bend your knee. One more time, inhale, straighten your knees, firm your leg muscles. Exhale, warrior number 2. Now stay heavy through your pelvis. Spin your right palm up and inhale, flow back, reverse warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana. As you exhale, circle your right hand to the floor or to a block right in front of your right foot. Take your left arm up. Create a little contact between your right arm and your right leg. Right, keep widening the inner right thigh back, the knee a little bit wide to the right, and then scoop your right hip under. Take your top arm over your ear like we did in that kneeling Vashisthasana form. And from here, bring both hands to the floor, lift your back heel, and take your right hand to the sky. Twist, open, lunge, twist. Ground your left hand, pivot both feet to the right, and start to walk your right foot halfway down your mat into a kickstand form of Vashisthasana. Right, draw your shoulders back, your throat back, and as you exhale, lower your hands, step all the way into downward facing dog. You can hold steady here, or inhale, bring yourself forward, plank pose. Either bring your knees down, or with straight legs, lower for chaturanga. Follow your breath, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tone your navel and lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Okay, stretch your left leg up and back. As you exhale, bend your left knee, open up through your top hip. So it's an external rotation, very much like tree pose. Re-lengthen your legs, square your hip, and now walk your foot forward. Okay, ground your right heel, push into the earth. That's the rooting action. Rise up, warrior number 2, Virabhadrasana 2. You have a generous stance between your feet, so you can really heavy your pelvis, stretch down, stretch out through your legs, and out of that power, rise up even taller through the center of your skull. Inhale, straighten your knees, reach your arms up. With your exhale, re-bend your front leg. A big pranic pump. Inhale, draw it in. And exhale, re-bend the front knee. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bend your left leg, warrior 2. Turn your left hand up and inhale, flow back and reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring your left hand to the floor or to a block inside of your left foot. Create contact between the arm and the leg. There's a little resistance there. Then push your inner thighs back and wide. Take your right hand up. Start to scoop your left hip slightly in and reach your right arm all the way along over your ear. From your pelvis, push longer through your leg bones down to the foundation of your feet. And then lengthen through your spine, full stretch through your right hand, right arm. Exhale, hands down. Lift your right heel, ground the hand, and twist, left arm open. Bring both shoulders back, plug them in, and then turn your feet to your left side. Walk your left foot about halfway down your mat, and get a big lift up here through your pelvis. Widen your collarbones, enjoy your breath. And as you exhale, bring your hands down and step back to downward facing dog. This time on the inhalation, come just into up dog. So forget chaturanga, but roll forward like a wave. Lift up through your heart. Stretch back through your feet. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. You stretch your right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, bend your top knee, and again, externally rotate the right hip. Re-lengthen your legs, square your pelvis, and step your right foot forward. Ground your left heel. Inhale, warrior number 2 again. All right, just one time, inhale, straighten your knee, reach up with your arms. Exhale, re-bend, Virabhadrasana number 2. Now, let's take the hands down, pivot the left toes out, so both toes turn out. Circle your arms up and open to one form of prana mudra. Okay, stretch down with your pelvis, wide through your knees. Open up here to drink the life force in. As you exhale, circle your arms all the way down. They cross, and then reach and hold your ankles. Heavy your pelvis. Use your elbows to help widen your inner thighs, widen your knees. From here, bring your fingertips to the floor, lift your hips and turn your feet until they're parallel, the outer edges of feet parallel. Unlock your knees, crawl fingertips forward, and hinge your hips way back into a functional forward fold. Just breathe big, animate the back of the body, lift up to the back of the lungs. And on the exhale, we find the rooting power by engaging the navel to the spine. Glide your hands back and under your nose, lengthen your spine. Push through your feet and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, stand. Right foot to the front again, bend your knee, warrior number 2. Inhale, flow back and reverse. And on your exhalation, rise up. Clasp your fingers behind you, right thumb over the left. Then lift the energy through the heart. And on your exhalation, fold down, fold inside of your leg. Sweep your shoulders up and over. Release any tension through your neck or your jaw. Devotional warrior. And now, again, side angle pose. Scoop your right hip in, release your fingertips down, and reach your left arm over your head. Bring your left hand to the floor. Lift your left heel. Twist to the right arm up. Turn all of your toes to your right side. And again, we kickstand in Vashisthasana, or hold onto your right ankle and pull your foot up into a tree pose Vashisthasana form. Create a lot of contact between the inner thigh and the foot. Root through your left hand to lift and rise up more through the power of your pelvis. Reach up with your right arm. Right, from here, bring both hands down. Hold plank pose if you can, if it's available inside of, hold tree pose inside of plank. Ooh, it's a lot. And then go high plank, feet down, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Even inside a dog pose, which looks like a static form, we consciously root energy from the back of the heart through the arms down to the hands in order to then lift and rise and reach up higher through the hips. Inhale, reach your left leg to the sky. As you exhale, bend your left knee, open up through your left hip. Then take it high, square your pelvis, and walk your left leg forward. Round your back heel. Please root to rise up, warrior number 2, Virabhadrasana. One pranic pump. Inhale, straighten your legs, charge your muscles, reach your hands up. Exhale, descend your left knee, Virabhadrasana 2. With your back hand, drop it down and around a circle. And then we turn the right foot out, bend the knees, bend the elbows, prana mudra. Okay. On your exhalation, cross your arms and start to descend down, hands on your ankles. So we just get close here to the earth. Use your elbows to help widen the inner thighs, widen the knees. And find a gentle lift and engagement of energy through your pelvic floor. We're going to circle the arms from here to come out a little differently than what we did on the other side. So heavy through your pelvis, circle your arms, root through your feet, inhale, open it up again, prana mudra. And then pivot your left foot forward, warrior two to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach it back and reverse your warrior. And then start to rise up. And on your next exhale, we clasp left thumb on top. Draw your shoulders back and fold inside devotional warrior. As you push down through the four corners of your feet, find the lift and engagement through the arch, always rooting into the power and nourishment of the earth to get more lift and ability to rise and to grow. Right, scoop your left hip under, lower your left fingertips down, top arm long overhead, side angle, Parshva Konasana. And then bring your right hand down, pivot into the twist, lift your back heel. You can widen your left foot a little to the left and reach your arm to the sky. Ground your right hand, turn your toes, coming into the kickstand Vashisthasana or to the tree pose Vashisthasana, foot to thigh. Root shoulder back, lift your hips high. Now we'll try to hold tree pose as we transition to plank, Palakasana. So start to come onto plank pose, hold your tree, keep pushing the foot, push the thigh, feel the strength through your core. Then shoot your leg back, let's go hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale like a huge wave to upward facing dog. And exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. Rise onto the balls of your feet. At the end of your exhalation, bend your knees and stay empty as you jump forward or step forward. Then rise halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Okay, press through your feet. Inhale, open your arms, rise up. And gather your hands to your heart. And take a full breath. All right, relax your arms. And this next form, tree pose, stand tall again on your left foot, right leg up, Vrikshasana tree. Now, you can stay in the traditional form for another repetition, or bring your right hand to your ankle, floint your foot. So you point the ankle, but draw your toes back, flex your toes, and bring the right leg into a half lotus form. Press the outer edge of your foot against the left thigh. You can continue to hold your foot like I'm doing with your opposite hand. You might take your right arm all the way behind your back, perhaps, and then hold your big toe with your right hand. Lengthen your knee down and maybe reach your left arm up. You can also stay in the traditional tree pose. Ardha Baddha Padma form, which means a half-bound lotus form. You root into the earth, especially even with your bent knee. Rise up, touch the sky. And then carefully, let's unwind, release the right leg down. All right, second side, tree pose, Vrikshasana, fun with tree. Traditional form or modified form, of course, always available. Or we're going for a half bound form. Never force the lotus. It can be a lot for your knee. So we want to open the hip, not the knee. We stabilize the knee by flointing the foot. So point your ankle, flare your toes, keep your ankle, outer shin strong. Then you're either in tree pose or slowly start to bring your left leg up into the half lotus form. Keep your leg active. Clamp the back of your knee by engaging to the back of the knee. Try to stretch your left kneecap straight down toward the earth. Hold the foot with your right hand or take your left arm all the way around your back. Find your big toe back there somewhere. It's back there. Then wave your right hand to the sky. Stretch in two directions, down into the earth, up toward the heavens. And then carefully we'll come, release the bind, release your foot, release your tree, stand in mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel the current of your breath, the movement of energy inside. And we continue. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the earth, deep bow. And inhale up halfway, get length. Exhale back, down dog. Hold here or sweep yourself to plank position and lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips, stretch back, downward facing dog. Inhale, please sweep your right leg up high. Bend your knee, open your hip. So we'll revisit where we've been. You're gonna take your leg high again, square your pelvis, and then step your right foot forward. Ground your left heel. Just for a breath, come on up, warrior number 2. Good old warrior 2. Right palm up, inhale, reach it back and reverse. Exhale to side angle, Parshva Konasana, top arm long over your ear. And now left hand down, lift your left heel, and again we twist, right arm up. Pivot your feet to the right side, walk your right foot partway down your mat. Again, tree pose inside of Vashisthasana. Push your foot, push your thigh, lift your hips up. Hold tree, lower your right hand, come into tree plank. Okay, from here, slowly bend your left knee, take your knee down, take your right knee down, try to hold the form and crawl yourself back. Then maybe even rise up so you're balancing on your knees, the right leg is in a tree form. Now, some of you might take your left hand to your right foot and pull that foot up into a half lotus form, kneeling. Don't force it, but it could be a half tree or a tree, it could be a half lotus. It could also be a right ankle in front of your left knee. Try to rise up and balance on your knees. Then sweep your right elbow under your left for eagle arms. Eagles love trees. So we're gonna bring in some eagle power. Right? Heavy your pelvis. Send the flesh of your buttocks down. Then lift your elbows, lift your heart up. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, carefully unwind your arms. Release your right leg. And hands down. Just bring yourself to all fours. Press your hips back, take child's pose for a moment. Rise again to hands and knees. Like we did in the very beginning of this practice, keep your right hand, right knee grounded, pivot and bring your left foot to the floor in line with your right foot. Now, you can stay in this form of Vashisthasana, we've been here before, or hold your foot, pull it up, and bring the foot into contact with your left thigh. So you're in tree pose here, kneeling, left arm up. Root strong through your right hand, root strong through your back foot, your left foot. Maybe root so much into the earth that you can rise up with your right knee and lift it up off the floor. Yes, and then you can shoot your right leg over for fallen triangle, ground the foot, lift your hips, curl back. Another possibility is to actually lift your right foot off the floor, hold your foot with your left hand, and then start to stretch it towards the front of your mat for a little form of Vishvamutrasana play. Okay, carefully release your right leg, round your hands, lift up, downward facing dog. And let's wash that one out with a big wave forward to up dog. And a big wave all the way back into downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, reach your left leg to the sky. As you exhale, bend your left knee, open up that hip. Take your leg up high, square your pelvis, and exhale your left foot forward. Ground into your right heel. We root into the power of the earth and we rise up, warrior two, just behind the breath. Inhale, flow back and reverse your warrior. Exhale to Parsva Konasana, side angle pose. And now right hand comes down, lift your heel. Take the twist, left arm up. Pivot on your feet. Modified kickstand Vashisthasana or tree pose Vashisthasana. The left foot on the right thigh. Squeeze them together at the midline. Gives you more stability, more lift. Lift your hips. Try to hold the tree form. Lower your left hand. Come into plank, tree plank. Then it's a little tricky, but let's take the right knee down and the left knee down. Now, if you know this is not really happening, cross your left ankle in front of your right knee, more like a figure four. Okay, otherwise, keep the tree form. Walk yourself back. It's kind of awkward. That's part of the fun. And then if you want, pull the right foot up into the left foot up into the half lotus. Walk yourself up, so you're either in a figure four, a tree, or a half lotus kneeling. Bring your left elbow under the right elbow and reach to the sky. Root the power of your pelvis. Lift your heart, lift your elbows. Make sure you've done your second side of eagle arms. In case I got it backwards, just make sure you're doing your second side. And then slowly unwind it. Carefully release your foot, your knee, and come back, child's pose. We must be grounded, rooted, right, deeply connected in order to really rise and grow, transform, blossom, and flourish. All of that held within this simple phrase, root to rise. And come to hands and knees. Shift onto your left hand, left knee, and modified Vashisthasana, right leg in line with the left foot. Take your arm up. Moving back away from my wall. Make sure you have enough space. Okay, you can stay like this or start to hold your bottom foot, pull it up into this kind of tree variation and really press your foot and thigh super strong together. Root down to the power of your left hand, those knuckles, to try to lift your left knee up. You can extend the leg into fallen triangle, or you can catch your foot with your right hand. Root through your back foot, maybe stretch your left leg to the front of your mat if you're holding onto your foot. And then slowly, let's all take it back, downward facing dog. You can take any kind of wave through your spine or a vinyasa that you enjoy. And then please bring your knees down. And to take a moment to transition, have a seat. And as you come to sit, now take the soles of your feet together, knees apart. So Baddha Konasana, I think of it as two sides of tree pose. It's like doing tree pose with both legs at the same time. So root through the outer corners of your feet, the baby toe part of the foot. The outer shin can actually lift up a little bit. You can even use your hands to assist that. Then heavy down through your thigh bones. Rise up through your heart. Take a full breath in. As you exhale and come forward, you can also stay upright if you prefer. And let's reach the arms all the way out in front today. And then slowly make your way up. Gather your knees, lie down onto your back. Stretch your legs long, reach your arms down by your sides. Prepare to rest in Shavasana. We remember that we must be rooted, grounded, deeply connected to grow, to flourish, and to thrive. Root to rise. Rest for a few minutes or as long as you possibly can. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.